Welcome to the High Voltage Light Electric Vehicle channel. I'm pretty excited for this video because it has full details of the Black Friday deals, as well as a look at the brand new Eggrider C1 or the Eggrider V3 as I keep calling it. First up though is Black Friday, and for this year for the first time we will be selling motors along with our high power upgrade kit for the BBS HD. For anyone that doesn't know, the high voltage upgrade kit for the BBS HD and M625 represents the pinnacle of performance for this motor. Certainly the pinnacle for reliable performance if you want a setup that will last you a long time. We've got hold of 7 Bafang M625s, which is the direct replacement for the BBS HD. These have been personally tuned to be in the best condition to handle the 4000 watts the upgrade kit dishes out. Each motor comes with a peak gear pre-installed, and this is our own home designed and produced replacement gear with carbon infusion for extra durability. The peak gear can be important at high power levels as it's much stronger than the nylon gear that comes stock, and it withstands the heat build-up better than the nylon and lets you push the limits a bit further and still have that reliable ride. It comes with an internal temperature sensor, so the controller can respond as rapidly as possible to any excessive heat build-up. All of our kits come with a temperature sensor as standard, but this special edition motor has one embedded right inside next to the stator coils, so it can respond more accurately to heat buildup and again let you push the motor a bit further. Gold bullet connectors have been installed to replace the stock spade connectors. This type of connector has a higher electrical conductivity and is more resistant to corrosion in high humidity environments. Seals and grommets have also been upgraded, as well as a full re-grease to help keep moisture out. The motors are paired with our own upgrade kit, which will allow for 4000 watts of power in its standard configuration. This is something that we've been working on for over 5 years now and has reached truly optimum level tuning for this motor. The full kits with motor and peak gear usually retail at a combined price of over $1,600. For this Black Friday sale, you'll be able to get the whole lot for just $1,200. In addition to this, if you already have a BBS HD or M625, you can also buy our upgrade kit for $50 off the regular price of $699 USD at $649 USD. Full details of where to go and what to do to secure this deal can be found in the video description. Now onto the Eggrider C1 or the Eggrider V3 as I'm calling it. It's been over 5 years since the Eggrider V2 was released, and I have to admit I've been impressed over the last 5 years as to how much the Eggrider team managed to cram into the tiny display. Not only does it work with a wide range of motors, but it also provides a good deal of functionality for the ASI controllers, which is not something that most developers want to take on. This new C1 display from Eggrider takes them on a different path, with a more centrally mounted display and a control button on the right or left, depending on what you prefer. In terms of size, I think they're getting this right. It's smaller than something like the 750C, but it's larger and more crisp to look at than the Eggrider V2. And I think that was probably one of the biggest complaints, was that as more features were added to it, the harder it got to read the information on the screen. So while it did carry information like motor temperature, it was hard to read it, certainly while moving. I should be getting one of these sent out in the fairly near future, so I'm going to be able to test it out myself with the winter sun and see how well it does with things like the sunglasses. From the look of the photos though, the colours on the display look very bright. Egg say there are animated elements to it as well, and the 2-inch display space has been designed with bigger fonts, higher contrast visuals and more vibrant colours, which they say allows riders to easily read the information such as speed and power regardless of any weather conditions. Well, I'll certainly be able to test that one out in Canada. Mounting it looks to be flexible, although it looks like it's either to the left or the right of the stem rather than directly in the centre. This should allow mountain bikers, for example, to give it a bit more protection in case of any kind of mishap on the bike. There's a wide range of information you can access while you're riding just with the press of a single button. You have lots of trip information, lots of odometer information, motor information, and it'll actually give you both the controller temperature and the motor temperature if that's available. The battery information page gives you the calculated internal resistance of the battery and will alert you if your resistance should change, which might indicate a problem with your battery that needs looking at. It'd be interesting to see how accurate all of the battery information is, as it's something that's not been brilliant in the past with really any kind of display. If your bike has a torque sensor, then the C1 will also give you some details as to the human effort going into the bike. How accurate this will be interesting. The Eggrider provides an element of security as well, allowing you to lock out your bike to help prevent theft. You can configure both pedal assist and the throttle to be active on the 2 different modes, which might be big for those areas that do not allow for throttle use on the road. You'll be able to have a lockdown profile with the throttle disabled until you reach the off-road area, where you'll be able to unrestrict the bike and use the throttle. And the same for with pedal assist. If you wanted to go throttle only and not have the pedals trigger anything, you could do that as well. The Eggrider uses the same app as the Eggrider V2, which allows you to make the various configuration changes to your bike's controller, as well as have a secondary display and access stats of the vehicle such as speed, power and efficiency. Anyway, I'm pretty excited to give this a try. I've thoroughly enjoyed having the V2 on my bikes over the last 5 years, so I'm really looking forward to see how the Eggrider team have taken what they've learned from the V2 and integrated it into the C1. High voltage will be among the first to get a stock of these. It will be limited though, so if you want one, the best thing is to probably get your name down on a list for when they arrive in the next couple of weeks. The price for the C1 is $199 USD. So that's it for this week. Next week, I'm going to be taking a look at some interesting videos which I think show off the true sustained power that the CYC Gen 4 can provide, and whether I think that they have cracked this year finally the reliability issues that have plagued the previous generations of their motor. As always, a massive thanks to everyone who watches the channel, and especially those that support it directly. Cheers.